Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Leah. So when you first get your new wig, right, and you're so excited, it comes out of the packaging, you're like, yes, I watched all the videos, I seen all the pictures, and you see the lace looks like this. Put it on your head and you're like, no sis, this is not it. Like 2019, we're not stepping out with wigs looking like this anymore. See these knots? See this lace? It's too thick. We're not doing it. Okay, I'm here to help. So we're gonna grab some quick blue bleach as well as 20 volume developer and mix that up, right? Do not put that much developer in it because you want the consistency to be very thick. The reason why we're doing this is because this makes the lace look a lot more realistic so that you do not see all those little dots at the base of the lace. I am going to place emphasis on the blue powder bleach, not the white one, okay? Make sure you're using the blue powder bleach because it also tones the hair while it's lightening it as opposed to the white one. The white one does not do that for you, meaning that it removes brassiness from it, okay? We're not having brassy lace 2019. We're not doing it, all right? Gems. I'm doing this video because I know there are a lot of people still who do not know how to do this. People like my mother and aunts. So I'm here. This video is for them. I'm sending this video to them. If you have someone you know who needs this video, send it to them. So what I just did to the lace is I flipped the wig inside out. So all of the hairs are facing downwards inside the cap. I took that mixture and I spread it like butter. Better yet, spread it like you're spreading icing on a cake, okay? Do not apply any pressure, just let it sit on top and let that process for about 25 minutes. So now that it's been dried, I've washed the hair, I've blow dried it, and now I'm ready to pluck. One thing to keep in mind that may differ from a lot of other videos is that I do pluck my lace while it is dry. A lot of other people do it while it's wet. I find that while it's wet, it's unrealistic because the hair clumps together when it is wet, so it looks thinner than what it really is. Versus if you pluck it while it is dry, you're getting a more realistic depiction of what it would look like when it's dry because you plucked it while it's dry, so you know exactly what you're getting in the long run. So I took that first layer of hair, like a very thin, part away a thin layer of the first from the front, and just literally I'm pulling out random little pieces. I'm not sitting in one area. I'm literally just moving along the whole like perimeter of the lace. And if you guys noticed, I was slowly pulling downwards on that hair. I had it held taut so that I can see just how much hair I'm removing. And then on the portion that I did not section away, the portion that I did not take out, I'm just starting to pluck that from what I see right here. Like literally, I am just trying to thin it out. I'm not trying to make it bald or, you know, anything. I'm literally pulling straight from the quote-unquote root. I'm pulling straight from where the knot is, where it's tied around that lace. So then this is the second time now. If you notice, I'm counting. I have a little counter on the side that's letting you know just how many times I've sectioned away. So I'm taking another thin piece and you can see that layer is thin. I'm not pulling out a lot of hair and I'm combing through to get all that shed hair. So now I'm just going to speed it up because it's literally the same thing that I'm doing over and over again. Wherever I see it's just way too dense with hair, I'm just pulling it out. And be also careful not to like grab onto the lace itself and pull out. Like you're just trying to get the hairs. I'm going to be doing that with thin layers of hair. Just keep parting away. I do this quite a few times, and this is my trick to how I make my closures look like it could be a frontal. That's pretty much what is going to be this entire video. I just wanted to make a very in-depth kind of video on how I do this because I do still get a lot of questions, mainly in my personal life. It's more difficult for me to explain this in person because I do not have anything to demonstrate with. So aunties, mom, this video is for you guys. Also, you watching this video, if you know someone who needs the help, 2019, we're helping people, okay? We're not just telling them go look it up on Google or something. We're going to give them specific videos. So let this be one of them. I hate seeing my fellow wig wearers have a wig that literally looks like a wig. Like, I'm sorry, but wigs need to be customized, okay? Everyone's hairline is not the same. Not everyone's hairline has naturally thick edges from the very beginning, and not only that, that is what makes the wig look like a wig, okay? That's what makes the wig look like a wig. You need to customize. So another tip is that you have a mannequin head. This is a head that I got off Amazon. I will have the link to this exact one in the description bar below. It is 22 inches in diameter, but you can also get a styrofoam head from the beauty supply store, just so that you can customize. Do not make wigs on styrofoam heads that may not be the size of your head, because the wig will just be too small for your head and you will be in pain. Trust me, I know, I've done it. So now we're on the 4th layer of hair, and remember, every time I part, I do go back into the section that I previously plucked, and I pluck the back end of it and then move on to the other part. So now I'm checking my work right here. I made a part and you can clearly see that it is looking a lot more natural. Don't get me wrong, I personally would pluck a lot more for the very front of it, but I didn't want to over pluck this unit, because I know there are people in the world who do not like units that look extremely, you know, like a lot of baby hair type stuff, like thinness in the front. So I was like, you know what, let me not over pluck, let me pluck it just right. So yeah. Okay, so now that I've gotten quite a few, you know, like the front is pretty thinned out, I do not need the entire lace to be thinned out like this. Also, if you guys have noticed, I did not really touch the edges where the tracks start, because I do need those tracks to be covered. Like, come on, they need to be covered. So now that I pretty much feel I'm satisfied with how the front of it looks. Like, I do not need to pluck out the entire lace. What I will do though is pluck out the parts, because since this closure comes with 3 parts, it means like it's three lines where there is absolutely no hair. So that looks like a wig to me. That looks horrible to me. I prefer laces that have free parting so that you can customize to your heart's desire. But being that this does have a center part, and I do plan on wearing this wig in the center, I need to pluck around the part. So pluck behind the parts. So yeah, it looks crazy here. I know it looks crazy, it looks ridiculous, but once you put it on your head, it does not look as bad. I promise. I trust me. Sometimes you need to walk by faith, even if you do not know where the path is going. That is the quote for today. So have faith in the fact that this will look right, because it looks right on my head. So I know I've done this plenty of times to other wigs. So yeah. Alright, ooh, my voice got raspy. Alright, so that should make your part look way better. Don't worry about doing other parts. Other parts outside of those 3 parts should be fine, being that you've bleached the knots, so it won't look crazy. So now this is how I cut my lace. I use any scissors I can find. Honestly, I don't discriminate about scissors. The only thing that I do is I do a very jagged edge. So I don't just make one long snip. Especially being that these hairs in the very front are so sporadic. I don't really want to cut and remove any hairs, because this may be my baby hairs. So this is what it looks like with jagged lace edges. And this unit can be worn glueless. I've worn it glueless. This is what it looks like, and that's, some people might say that that's still very thick, and I would agree with them, because I tend to like my lace to look a lot thinner than that, but I decided to leave it like this. It still looks fine to me. And how you get your hair to stay down is you put a heating rod or something on it. So this is how it looks after I laid everything down. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all later.
I remember everything. Know that I'm watching. I remember everything. Just know